All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Real Talk with Isabel. All right. So we have Ain't Got It Yet podcast, and we're going to have them answer some of the questions you guys sent in, just giving a little bit of a man's perspective. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, say who they are, and kind of get to know them. Go ahead, Flix.
What's up? I'm Michael Flix, one of the co-hosts of the Ain't Got It Yet podcast, photographer here in San Diego. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun answering these questions. You said it's about dating, right?
It's about dating, men's perspectives. They want to know the tea, and yeah, they're feisty.
I'm looking forward to it.
They're used to Ryan's vibe, so I was like, I feel like you gave a little bit more of a grounded vibe. So I was like,
it's a balance. You need a balance.
Listen.
It's like MLK and Malcolm X. Like you gotta.
Yeah. All right, so introduce.
Well, she already gave my government, but co-host Ain't Got It Yet podcast, Redd, aka your auntie's favorite nephew. Yeah, I'm ready for this. This is gonna be fun.
All right. So we thought this would be a really good episode. I feel like we always have, like me and Redd always have random conversations. So I was listening to your guys' podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out, go find them on YouTube. We'll shout it out again at the end. But yeah, just wanting to get a men's perspective. So let's just jump in to some of these conversations or some of the things that they kind of brought up, because I feel like these people were like bringing the heat on you guys a little bit. What? They all say what? The heat?
The heat. Listen.
Okay, we'll just start it off. We'll start it off gently. All right. All right. We're gonna start off real simple. One of the questions they asked is, we kind of already had this. Do you think, is it true that men look for women who have somewhat of resemblance to their mother?
Yes, if they value their relationship with their mom. I mean, some I'm sure some men do it subconsciously without even thinking about it. I know I did. Like my wife, like my ex-wife, she, a lot of people say like, "Oh, it reminds me of your mom," and I wasn't like intentionally like looking for a woman that like reminded me of my mom. But I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom a lot, and I appreciate the woman she is. So I did end up doing that, but I don't think it's always like an unintentional thing.
Mm-hmm. I think it's subconscious.
I'm gonna say I never looked to see if they had traits like my mother, but then like say like throughout, I might see one or two traits like, oh, my mom does that.
But it wasn't like specifically like I want to date somebody like my mother.
No.
You mean like character wise or like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You look for character traits that you like of your mom in a person.
Yeah, for sure.
Which would be what?
Nurturing, caring, loving, patient, God-fearing. Yeah, all of that stuff. I think my mom's an amazing woman. So, like, yeah, a lot of the traits that my mom has, I would want the woman that I'm spending my life with to have those same traits. Yeah. Not all of them, but...
I think women do the same thing subconsciously. We look for somebody like our father, but I think what's hard, and I'm saying this for myself, having not a great past with my father, I subconsciously did find somebody that was exactly like my father. Like to the point that my stepmother was like, you literally are with your father. It didn't work out. But no, it was crazy because I think we do it. We don't realize like we're looking for that, like we have that, or we don't realize that we do that.
The last girl I dated, she told me a few times, and she was like, the way you think and like the way like you process information reminds me of my dad. My dad thinks like the way you and my dad think are very similar. She told me that a few times.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like she didn't know that when she first met me, when we first started dating.
Yeah.
It just kind of just subconsciously what she's drawn to.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, we start off basic. All right, let's do this. How do you know that she's the one?
They just going straight in.
Yeah, that's it. They were just straight in with the questions.
There's not like, for me, there wouldn't be like a certain, I mean, I guess there could be a certain like thing that happens or like an event that like, but I know for me, I'd say when I want to spend all my time with her, when there isn't anything that I'd rather do without her. Like when I want to, no matter what party I'm going to, if I'm going to Soul Sunday, I'm going to a block party. Like the homies is like, yeah, we watching the game. I'm like, yeah, can I bring my girl? Like everywhere that I'm going, if I want her with me everywhere, then yeah. And of course, like when you start to date, you do have them times when it's like, all right, we together all the time. I'm gonna go out with the homies. And you just stay here. But I'm saying like before you get to that point, when I just want her with me everywhere and all the time.
Yeah. I get that.
I don't know. For me, it's like I'm gonna say when she in the trenches with me, like when shit gets real, and I see like I'm talking about when shit hits the fan, and that could be in any way, or like I see that something about showing up when shit gets real, and it's like, oh, okay.
Noted.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean like noted for me. No, I wasn't trying to say it was noted for me. I'm saying like you were saying it's noted for you.
Well, yeah, because I think like for me, it's more so like I don't care with how much you show up and how we rocking during the good. I want to see when it gets real. Like how do you function?
Yeah.
Because for me, I think it's easy. Everybody's in love when it's easy and it's cutesy and it's all happy go lucky. But then when shit hits the fan, that's when everybody, wait a minute, I ain't signed up for this, and they back up, and it's like, bring your ass back. This is what you signed up for.
Right.
So I kind of see more like, let's see how you respond. That's how
I feel like knowing you, like the way you say that, it's like I'm going to test you on it on purpose.
Oh,
See?
none of it's true. I might say, none of it's true.
I was like, you're like, let's watch the test.
No.
Let's watch the test. All right. We're gonna go through some of these datings. I'm gonna switch it up. So I thought this was this is to me was like a basic question, but I don't know. So it says like, how long does it take a guy to ask to be a girlfriend from the first time they meet and dating? But I'm like, do we really seriously still ask? Like, is this a thing that girls have to still be asked to be a girlfriend? Or like, is it just assumed?
No,
Like, where is it?
It depends on how you
See, because I don't think every guy has the answer for this one.
I don't. Even if it's not, I'm still kind. I guess I'm just old school with it. I'm still gonna ask.
So you're
I'm
gonna
still gonna ask.
talk the phase, do the talking phase, and then when you're ready, you're gonna be like, "Will you be my girlfriend?"
Yeah, but yes, that's what I would do. But I'm saying even if that's not how everyone does it, it should still be like a verbal thing that's both of y'all that's understood. 'Cause I've even heard of dudes be like, "You my girl now, right? Like how long have we been doing this? I've been. You the only person I text and call. You the only person I take out. You my girl now, right?" And she's like, "Oh, I guess I am your girl. Like I'm a girlfriend now." So even if it's not a question, I think it should be a verbal thing that's communicated for sure.
Okay.
Because otherwise, y'all just gonna be. You could assume that that's how y'all rocking, and then you find out that they doing something else, and you're like, "Whoa, I thought you was my girl."
Right.
She's like, "Whoa, you never even asked me to be your girl. You never even said that's what we was doing." So I think it should be verbal for sure.
So just because you're exclusive doesn't mean that's your girlfriend.
No.
No, you got a good point. I'll say, I don't know. I move more on action, and then we get to the verbal, maybe just to seal the deal. So basically, like the same thing. But like I said, it also depends on how you start. Because if we just started on a fling and we just messing around, and then it's like we're starting to do more than messing around, hanging out. Now we're going on dates. Now you staying at my house. Now I'm staying at your house. And then once you get into, I don't even think meeting friends. Once you get family involved and all these other people involved, then it's kind of like, because it's so obvious, but then like Flix was saying, that might just be what they do. They might just bring everybody
I was
around.
about to say, for me, I don't care what we do, because like depending on when we meet and when we decide to be exclusive, and whenever we start dating this way, that could flow right into the holiday season. It might be like, "Oh, you want to get my family over here? You want to come over for Thanksgiving?"
You're just bringing everybody around.
No, I'm not saying I'm bringing everybody, but I'm saying if we've been dating exclusively and the holidays come around, I don't want you around.
Yeah,
But also just because you meet my parents and meet my people doesn't mean that you're gonna end up.
I understand that 100%. I'm with that. I get.
I know
that.
it sounds harsh, but
No, it's crazy because
I knew you were gonna.
no, it's just a quick. No, this was a long time ago. Long time ago. This was like 10 years ago. This was like 10.
We have
no,
trust. I'm not mad.
no, you know what's crazy about it? I had a fling. She was a fling, and we were somewhere out. This was back home. We were somewhere, and I ran into my mother, not knowing it was like in a store or something. And I'm not a rude person. If you with me, I don't care who it is. I'm gonna introduce. Hey, mom, this is so and so. So I was like, hey, mom, this, whatever. She's like, oh my god, I met his mother, and I'm like, no, you ran into my mother. You didn't. I didn't bring you to my mama. We just crossed paths. So I had to clarify that because she was like, oh, I met his mom. We're in love, and I'm like, no, we not. We not.
I think it's an interesting conversation because like I don't bring everyone around my family. Like, to me, like, even dating, like, if I date you, there's people I've talked to for like 6 months at a time, and I'm like, you've never met my family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna let you around. But if I think that there could be something, I'm serious, I'm like, I'll bring you around because I feel that family to me is really important, and I have to test the waters. Because if you don't fuck with my family, like, I can't. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna
That's
work.
fair.
You know, like, he met my family before we even knew what we were doing. Like,
What did I?
I don't know. It was a barbecue or something. It was like a get
I would
together.
say depending on your lifestyle and like what you do, like somebody could meet your parents well before it's anything like that. Like for me, like the 100th episode for the Ain't Gotta Get podcast, we just had the party on Friday night.
Yeah.
And my parents were supposed to be there. They just had something pop up. And if there was a girl or whoever, like let's say like I met a girl
Yeah.
a few months ago, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be at the party," and I got her there with me. She would meet my parents there, but just because you meet my parents 2 months into knowing me,
Yeah.
I mean you're gonna end up being a girlfriend. Like the last week, I'm saying a lot now. I won't say the last girl. I dated a girl, and I think we decided to be exclusive in like early to mid August, and we were still dating around the holidays. She was around for Thanksgiving, she was around for Christmas, and we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying like I don't ever speak to the girl anymore.
No, that's the way it works. Yeah. Dating's interesting. Dating's interesting. All right, I'm gonna ask on that point. So we were in a conversation, me and Red the other day, and I was talking about the definition because I really find this. Somebody said they don't like this definition, they don't like this wording of a high value woman and a high value man. So it's like, what is that? Like, if you ever hear like, I need me a high value man or I need me a high value woman, what would you describe that as?
Both, or
Either one.
I like my opinion, or what do I think people
Do
say?
you like that? Like, do you think that's a good term?
I mean, for the sake of the conversation and what the people that say what they're looking for, just to put a blanket like definition on that type of person that they're looking for, I don't mind it. But just overall, like there's certain like you could determine value by whatever you want to determine value by.
Okay, so would you guys say you're high value men? I like the pause that we have going.
No, 'cause I don't really.
I'm asking.
I never really got into the whole high value man thing. I just always looked at it like I'm a guy who I don't have it all figured out, but I have my stuff pretty together. Like I have not all my ducks in a row, but I pretty much know where I'm going in life, and I have everything set up to how I
Right.
want it. Because I think the whole high value man and woman, I think that just became like a overused. Those were like two overused terms because now all of a sudden everybody thinks because they take care of, they pay their bills, they get a job, they make this amount of money, they take care of the kids, take care, own a house or a CEO or have an LLC. They're like, I'm high value, and it's like, okay, but that's how you feel. But I guess I never really looked at high value.
So
Like,
what's high value?
I think it depends on what you. I think high value.
It oftentimes does fun.
Yeah, that too, because they say it's like
because even in a lot of those conversations, like because I think that time I think maybe Kevin Samuels maybe coined that term, and whenever he would talk about it, it always started with how much money you make per year. And I'm not mad at it. Like women have to know that they're going to be taken care of, and whether it's physically or financially, like I'm not mad at it. But I believe that that's where the term was coined at, and cool if that's how people see it, then that's cool. But I mean, like I said, you could determine value in plenty of ways. So, and that's why I paused because by that definition, like, no, I'm not in that tax bracket. I'm not. So by that definition, no, I wouldn't be a high value man. I think I'm a catch. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm a catch. I think I'm a. I think I'm a handsome dude that treats women right. That has his head on straight. A lot of what Ryan was saying. Like I have things set. I know where I'm going in life, and I have things set up to get there. Like I 100% believe I'm a catch. But for that definition, high value, I would.
Yeah, because I think it's like
say that
I think what he said, high value men, it's like top 1%. You got to make like clear like 6 figures or something. The definition that like he said Kevin Sanders put out, it was like making 6 figures a year.
It was like your finances, your height. It was a few things, and like just by those two right off the bat, I don't need either one of those. So, and I'm not high value.
And I think,
damn no.
And I think that kind of soiled or put a cloud over dating because now you had women saying, "Well, I want that. I want the man that makes six figures." But then this is where the argument
Cops just set up for 6-figure men.
But then that's where the argument came from, and a lot of people got upset. Why would a six-figure man or woman want to be with somebody that's not on that level?
But there's little dating apps where you have to prove your income and they have to prove their income in order to join the app.
Ooh. See, men will, women.
What do you think about that? You don't like that?
No, I mean, that's fine.
I mean, then you're finding people equal to what you're doing.
No, I don't mind. If that's what you're doing for. That's what you do. But to that point, men that make six figures will date women. Women that make six figures oftentimes won't date a man unless he's making that much money.
Okay, let's pause on that one because that was my next question one. Because I want to say I'm gonna piggyback on that because so you're telling me, okay, one, would you be okay if your woman made more money than you?
Yep. Yeah.
You're fine with that?
I don't see a problem.
I don't. I'm asking.
No.
So then my question is why do most men, because this is very true, why do most men get intimidated by successful women?
Control, insecurity, control.
Like for me, and I think I was on an Intimidate podcast talking about this. Like I don't lead with anything but my personality. Like I was telling Ryan like this, I've been on dates with women that I could tell like they just wanted to go on a date with me because they think I'm somebody outside and they wanted to have the Michael Flix experience. Which is crazy.
I'm like, what is the Michael Flix experience? Right? Do you do something special?
I'm just a nice guy. I'm just a nice guy. I forgot why. What was the question?
I was saying, like, why do people get intimidated by successful women?
Oh yeah, like I think you get intimidated when I was saying I don't lead with anything but my personality, and so I'm always gonna feel like it's my personality that got me with a girl like that.
Okay.
So whether my money is up or down, she's gonna be here because it was my money that backed her. It was me, and it was my charm, and it was my charisma, and it was how I showed up that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so to that point, I think people get intimidated by somebody making more money than them when they feel like that person led with that, or if the person didn't lead with that, if they feel insecure in their bank account or their income. It's like if you know, this is like my whole like circular point. If you know that person is here for you, then it really wouldn't matter how much money either one of y'all make. Now, of course, your significant other should want you to strive for more. You know what I mean? They should be like bringing things to the table and helping you get to a bigger bag if that's the goal and that's the plan.
Yeah.
But I think you only get intimidated when you're not comfortable in how much money you're making.
That's true.
That, and I think it also boils down to control. So men got to control everything, and if it feels like if a woman makes more money than me, I can't control her because now she can move. Because you have some men that they're like, I'm gonna move the chess pieces, I'm gonna control the board, but now she makes more money. They feel like she has more control, and some men can't handle that. But I think it goes like, why are we in this? I'm not in this for money. If you got the money, cool. Show me how to get to the money. And I think, but that's based on an individual thing. Like if a woman made more money than me, I'd be like, cool, that ain't got nothing to do with me, but salute. But on the flip side, you're not going to talk to me crazy because you make money than me.
No, I don't think it should be a control issue.
But I'm saying like, I think that's part of the intimidation is more the control, like, because sometimes I've heard women with money, they do kind of look down on the man because I make more money than you and I'm going to let it be known. And then it's vice versa. So I feel like
I think as a woman, sometimes it's hard because you can present yourself with a certain lifestyle and then your partner couldn't give you that same lifestyle in return. So it's like, okay, like I'm going to date you because you're dope as F, but at the same time, like you can't provide for me the way that I can provide for myself. That's my choice. I'm not saying it's wrong, but like you can't take, like if I was like, okay, I want to go eat over here, and you're like, I can't afford that, and I'm like, but I can't afford that, and so it's like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I know that like that's a struggle with it,
and that's fair. That's what I'm going to say is a contradiction. So I'm saying it's fair, but I do think in some ways that's fair. But also, just to give the other side, if you can provide that for yourself, why does he need to provide that?
100%.
Why can't he come in and provide the things that you can't provide for yourself, like protection, like security, like direction, like stability? You know what I mean? Like because that's what I said. Like a man will. Like if a man can.
You mean emotional stability?
Yes.
Yeah.
If a man can afford to eat at whatever restaurant he wants, and the woman can't afford to, if he can take himself to eat there by himself, no date.
Yeah.
And the woman can't take herself to eat there by himself. The man will still go. He'll still take her. He'll come with me. Women won't do that. And it's like
most women
it's like,
won't do that.
Why do I like? And again, it's different because a man is supposed to provide, but again, provision doesn't only come with finances.
I agree with this because I think that's one thing though that like I see is that women always will be like, it's the money, it's the money, it's money. And I say this even being raised in the culture that you marry somebody that can take care of you financially, right? That's what I was taught. I don't agree with that anymore because I'm like, there's so many other characteristics that you need to look in a partner to see if they can like support you in some avenue. But like, I get what you're saying. Like, I do agree with that, but it is, I also, like, I'm like, look, if I got it, I'll be like, okay, let us balance it out.
Like how much, and again, if that's the pool you want to swim in, then that's the pool you want to swim in. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying any woman.
Yeah.
Like, how much does your dating pool shrink if the man has to have checked all of these boxes to even be considered?
A lot. It shrinks a lot, but the thing is,
again,
like,
if that's the pool you want to swim in, then go ahead. I'm just saying, understand that's the pool you swim in.
yeah. But we were talking about that on the way here, the soft girl era.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about her mom. I love her mom. Her mom's great, but like her mom can be aggressive in sports.
Highly competitive.
Very competitive. Like we were at a family function, and she was like, "We doing a plank competition after we ate," and she signed me up first. But what I was saying, like, she'll be aggressive with everybody, but with her husband, then she's that soft kitty type. And where's she going with that?
You were just saying some women can't like go into soft girl.
Oh, some women, I don't think some women can. Not all women. I'm just saying some few. They just want to be them tough, masculine, like, and it's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. But kind of like what you were saying with the money, you're shortening the dating pool. And I think whether it's finances, soft girl era, you have to look at what the things you will accept and won't accept, because that's going to determine the dating pool.
But does that go both ways then?
Yeah, but I think with men, I'll say for me, like I said on the podcast, I don't want no aggressive woman. Not like that. Like, you're not going to come in here and be all aggressive, yelling and da 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 da, because I want peace. Most men want a woman not to be, because every time you bring up the soft, they're like, I'm not submitting. It's not that. Men just want peace. Most men, especially who work and got a lot going for themselves, it's not about the money. They just want a woman that, I mean, there's more to it, but it's like, if this woman gives me peace, that's 50 points on the board right there. But like, if I got podcast, photography, school, I got 20 different things going on, and this heifer over here just, I don't want to deal with
So what's peace then?
It depends on the man. What bring it? Because for me, maybe it's just conversation. Maybe you just being in my presence. Maybe it's a little back massage, and maybe it's just let me talk to you. Let's ride in the car. I mean, it depends on the man, but I think like, yeah. So the soft air, peace.
To me, peace is slow motion, gentleness, no real cares or worries. Like, of course, like in your house, you got dishes to wash, clothes to fold up and put away, chores to do and stuff like that. But as far as like that stuff, that now again, after time, if you neglect all that stuff, your house is gonna be a mess. But peace to me is like when I come home, if I don't want to do nothing, I'm not doing nothing. And a part of that not doing anything is I shouldn't have to beef with you or argue with you or have any kind of combative energy with you. Now we're gonna have arguments from time to time, but just when I come home, it should be tranquil. It should be peace. It should be slow motion. It should be none of us really have to do anything or worry about anything because we're home, and this is where we should have the majority of our peace.
Yeah.
And it was years ago when I spoke about it on the podcast, but I feel bad for anybody that doesn't have peace around, whether they're single or in a relationship. That sucks.
Yes.
Like even at the worst, of my marriage, like when it was like I don't even know what's going on. We wasn't arguing in the house. It wasn't complaining. We wasn't fighting. It was just like, all right, we ain't really rocking, so you finna be over there.
That's
I'm finna be over here. Where it was awkward, but it ain't combative. It's like as long as we don't trigger anything, we can both have our peace. And that was what we both wanted. That's what everybody deserves. Whether you're happy, sad, single, divorced, everybody deserves peace now. Sure.
Yeah.
And some people don't know how to do peace, because I've dated women before that it'll be cool, we chilling like this, and they would just, something in their brain would be like, oh, I gotta start an argument.
But that's the way that your brain, that's a whole brain thing. Like, your brain is wired for
But that's what
chaos.
I'm saying. But like, you have people like that though, where it'd be like, we chilling, and all of a sudden, they just come up with this scenario, an argument. You're like, where did that come from?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say it like, I don't care. I'm going to air out my shit right now, but like in the same sense, and like, no, but I'm saying this, I'm going to put us out there in a second. I'm saying that like with you, I had to learn my traumas and the fact, stop doing that. I had to learn in my traumas and the fact that like I was used to like create, like the peace to me was like, wait, I'm not used to this. Like, wait, I'm not used to this. Like, I was like, either the crumbles, like it's going to fold, I got to run, I got to back out. Like, I couldn't understand that peace mindset. Like, cause I think it's the same way as like women can be that way, men can be the same too. Like, men can be just as toxic.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think men can be just as toxic. And in the piece too, that goes back into saying like the women and the men money situation, like women don't want to be the one having to worry about the bills, making money paid all the time. They want to be your piece, but they got to have the balance too.
But I also think
it's equal.
I think this though, like if we really rock, let's say going back to the money, let's say you make more money than me, but we really rocking with each other, and you see I'm out here trying to get it. I'm not saying it's expected, but it would be nice. You know what? Let me show him how to get it.
100%.
But I don't
and
think,
vice versa.
I don't think some people on both sides think like that. Some do, but some don't. They're like, I got it. You need to figure it out. But it's like, because that's the person I'm always like, and just in anybody general. Like if I see somebody that's got something going on, I don't want to mooch off them. I'm like, hey, I like what you got going on. How can I get there? Yeah. Now, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. I'm gonna go figure it out. But now I'm personally go get it, because now I was like, you flaw for that. You could just told. But yeah, if you're a team, then y'all should.
Also, what would, and this is not to you, this is just to anyone. If you're this high earning 6-figure woman and your man is a school teacher that doesn't make much, but he earns a decent enough paycheck, loves his job, and loves serving the community, and your money covers the mortgage and your money covers most of the stuff in the house, but because all your money is paying for everything, he gets to stack up. So when y'all go on trips, that's on his dime.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like most women wouldn't be open to that because your title is this and he's just a school teacher. So it's like, but no, does this nigga make you happy? Does he keep you warm at night? Does he help you around the house?
Yeah.
Like, does he make you feel complete? Does he make you feel feminine and sexy and all of that stuff? Like, if he checks those boxes, but he just doesn't check the finance box. And again, he's not some bum. He's not some dude like that got to figure out how he's getting money.
Yeah.
He has a solid job. He knows exactly where his money's coming from. And it's a decent check. Like, I feel like dudes like that deserve a shot.
No, I think so
Even
too.
to the 6-figure woman.
I think they do. But I think being somebody on the original, like the question on men being intimidated by women that are successful, I think that's a real thing too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've had so many people like.
We did get away.
No. It was good. I'm good. I'm glad we got away from the question. But I'm just saying, like, I was going to note that was like, that is a thing that's like, people think at first they're like, oh, this is cool. Like, you do this, you do that, like, you do this. Oh, that's really cool. And then they watch it and they're like, oh, but you really do that. Mm-hmm. Like, and then it becomes like, I don't know. I've had more people try to compete than not compete.
I've never felt, you're
in your own bubble.
I've dated several women that make more money than me. I've never had an issue with it.
So I think that's good.
And the converse, and like, because this is a topic that comes up on different podcasts and different shows, and even people that I've spoken to in person. The men that I've seen that end up having a problem with it is they feel like the women throw their paycheck in their face and like kind of throw their accomplishments in their face.
Yeah.
I got this degree and I graduated from this school and I've done this and I've done that. And so what do you do? It's like, even if she doesn't verbally say, well, what do you do? She's kind of like telling them like, well, I'm up here and you're not up here. And so it's like, you may never say it, but you could make a man or woman can make someone feel inferior with their words. And now, again, that could be a fine line because the person that is really successful and makes a lot of money, they could just be living in who they are. And whoever they're dating could be internalizing things on their own without anything happening. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, a lot of the conversations that I've heard, men say that, like, yeah, she throws her accomplishments in my face, or she always leads with her paycheck or with her title. So,
Yeah, and you said it could be said the other way. All right, I'm gonna flip it for a bit. I like this question. What does being a man mean to you?
being a man means being impeccable with your word, being able to defend yourself. I know that sounds like a shallow thing, but I think every man should know how to fight, be able to defend yourself. You can't be able to be up the whole board, but you have to defend yourself. Be impeccable with your word, be able to defend yourself. A man respects women. I want to say honors and respects women.
Mm-hmm.
And is comfortable just, I don't want to just say getting to it, but like a man knows how to get to it and knows how to figure it out. Like, you're going to have low moments where, still your life don't look the way you want it to look, or your bank account don't look the way you want it to look, but a man will always figure it
I like that.
I say one, standing on business, kind of like what Flix said, but like standing on business, your word is everything. Carrying yourself in a positive, respectful way, and just walking in your truth. Too many times, growing up, they always say a man's supposed to be like this, a man's supposed to be like that. But then as we get older, you're like, either it was toxic masculinity, or it was something that was masking, like, you're acting like this, but behind the scenes, you really act like this. So I think it's really just, standing on business, walking in your truth, respecting women, having respect for yourself, respect for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just holding yourself to the highest standard. I mean, it's not about who's the loudest or the biggest, but really just like when I walk into a room, you're like, oh, he's solid. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to be the biggest or the tallest. But when you walk into a room, and it's not even being, hey, everybody, I'm here. But when you see him, it's like, you know what? I respect it. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are asking like these really questions because a lot of them are like, because a lot of people that I work with and then I talk to, they're either leaving relationships or they're trying to find a relationship and they're dating. So they were like, I want a men's perspective to see like, how does a man really like think like everything overall? So I'm going to ask you in this sense, like I look at it as like, I know from a woman's perspective what the dating scene is like, I haven't been in it necessarily lately, but like from a men's perspective, as a woman's perspective, everybody's like, it's empty as hell. Like based in San Diego, everybody's like, it's crazy, it's empty, it's not happening in San Diego. Like from a men's perspective, I'm curious because you're in the scene. So
what the dating
yeah.
Like?
Or do you have dating advice? Everybody's like, how do you find good people?
You gotta be a good person, and also you gotta go. You have to be a good person, and also you have to like go in the spaces that you enjoy with the energy. Like, don't just go to spaces where you think people are going to be, because if you don't like that place, like, what are the chances that you're going to meet somebody on the vibe and on the energy that you're on? You know what I mean? So, like, I love live music, so I go to lots of live music events. A lot of women, I wouldn't say a lot, but the women that I've met there have been chill, pretty cool women. And granted, none of them have ended up being my girlfriend, but I don't have anything bad to say about. I don't have anything bad to say about any of these women. They've been cool, stand-up women with their head on straight that make good money and that love music the way I do, and like they've been solid women. So I, everybody that's from here and everybody that's been here for a while, they always like give the San Diego dating scene a bad rap, which I guess is understandably so. I've only been in it for what, about 3.5 years now, but I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any issues. I go out with good energy, and I've gotten out of it.
What's your dating advice?
Kind of like what Flix said, it really depends on where you're looking for these people. If as somebody in their 30s, and you looking for somebody to lock it, or you looking for something, let's say you're looking for some potential, you're not going to find it in the club while the 22-year-olds hang out. They just trying to get their freak off, drink, and have a freak off. So if you go into these places, you're like, dang, I can't. All these women, they just did it. Look at where you at. And it's kind of like you said, if you want a more mature, just chill woman, You got to go to the places where they're at. But I think, and you also got to look at what energy do you give? How, when you're talking to a woman, not even how you talk to somebody, look at how you dress, walk, look at your whole vibe. What does your vibe say? People get so offended by this, like with clothes, I wear what I want.
Women do get offended. You can't just.
I'm just saying, you can wear what you want. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you can wear what you want, but you got to accept whatever comes with that. So if you walking around with your ass out, I'm not saying nobody should touch and feel on you. I don't agree with that. But you can't get mad if that's the energy that comes your way.
That's not fair.
No, listen, hear me out. You see, I just said you can have your ass out if you want to, but if you're looking for a man to take like a serious, like I'm looking for somebody to be with. I'm not talking about a fling. The guy that's like serious and I wanna, he might see you, but you probably gonna get pookie them. That's just trying to have a little fun. But I'm not saying it's right. And same thing with like guys. If we come in with like a wife beater and we just look dirty, we ain't gonna get Halle Berry or Beyonce. We might get.
I mean, Beyonce was with Jay-Z.
Your first example with the women, and I'm following you. I feel like it's a little unfair though. Your first example with the women, I'm with you though. You might
No.
But your first example with the women was saying how what they dress depends on how dudes gonna approach them. When you talked about how men dress, you said we're not gonna get the girl that we get. That doesn't necessarily. It's not speaking to how women would approach us depending on how we dress.
I think okay. So going back to the women, it was basically just saying like, and men too. I think it's not just
You're saying fake it till you make it because you don't want to be with somebody if they fake it.
I'm not saying fake it till you make it, but I'm like, it goes back to how do you present yourself? Depending on like whatever you're looking for, you kind of got to match what you're looking for.
I agree with that.
No,
because I'm saying like it's like I said back to the club thing. It's rare you gonna find love in the club, but if you keep going to there and you keep wondering why everybody just wants to hit and leave, it's because you're going to the club.
Yeah,
and it goes back to the clothes. Like okay, so. And it's not just women, men wear crazy stuff too, but I'm just saying, like, you kind of got to, what you want, you kind of got to put out there for yourself.
I agree.
So if I'm looking for, let's just say I'm looking for a classy businesswoman, then I'm going to kind of put myself, and it's not fake it till you make it, but it's like, I want to be in those spaces. Because I'm not gonna find a classy businesswoman maybe over here per se.
I agree. It's all about your presentation and the energy. I've said it on our podcast before. When I first got divorced, like I was sad. I was I was sex deprived. Like I hadn't had sex in a long time. I was like, I'm gonna be outside and whoever I bump into that's ready to get it shaken, we gonna get it shaken.
Damn.
And I wasn't running into them with him.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I thank God.
Why were you not running into this woman?
I don't give out that energy. I don't present as that guy. I don't present as the guy that's like, oh, I'm out here where the girls at. I'm not that guy. That's what I thought I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But that's not the energy I give out. That's not the presentation that I give. All like in the 3.5 years that I've been single, 90 to 95% of the women that I've met and exchanged info with and taken on dates have been women around my age with their head on straight. More often than not, they're entrepreneurs. If they're not entrepreneurs, they got like really good jobs. They either own or have a really nice condo of their own, drive a really dope, I don't want to say really dope, but got their own car and it's a nice car. Like that's what I've been coming in contact with. And I don't do anything special. I dress like, everybody sees how I dress on the show. Like I dress my age. I speak the way I speak. I try to smell nice when I'm outside.
Yeah.
That's just the energy. I don't give off the energy of a dude that's trying to pick up every girl that you see.
I get that.
And so I haven't attracted those women.
I think it's all about energy and what you put out there. 100%. I think it's all about energy and what you put out.
Because you like sexy red, you like, I'm looking for the hoes. The hoes is gonna come.
But I also have to say, I'm going to be that person though, and to say that I have met some really dope people in some really like not serious places.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I think though that still goes back on the energy. Like, it's just who I think the type of people that I attract. I have met some just really amazing people that I'm like, there's no freaking way I've met you in this club or I've met you over here randomly and you're just dope as hell. Like, so I mean, I've met cool people in random spots. I think, yeah, like that's it. I don't know, but I do agree with it to some extent too. But I also think that a woman should be able to wear what a woman wants to wear.
She can.
I mean, I don't know about the bikini up in the club, but you know, other
No,
than
she
that,
can wear exactly. She can wear what like she
I mean, the bikini girl ain't gonna get the
I
business.
shouldn't
man.
have jumped, stepped on your point the way I did. I just, the way my brain works, I just.
no, it's cool.
But I agree with your overall point though. Like, if you out here showing, if a woman is outside showing all her body, no man should ever touch you if you don't want him to touch you. That should never happen.
Right.
With that though, okay, like if a dude that's got a lot of muscles, if he's out walking around downtown during the summertime with his shirt off, girls are gonna say certain things to him.
Yeah, they're gonna notice it.
If he's in like some cargo pants and like a football or like a Padres jersey, women might still say things, but the things that she says are going to be different. And that's the same thing for women.
100%. I get
If you're out here naked, then dudes is going to come up to you with the energy like you naked.
Yeah, I get that.
No man should ever touch any woman that doesn't want to be touched. I like to make that very clear.
You know.
Yeah, no man should. I agree with that.
Cool.
Okay, we're about done. This is good. I'm liking these questions that everybody sent in. So, all right. I think we only just a couple more, and I want to ask this. We'll ask a couple more that I have. All right. So, I think you can tell these are just hurt people that wrote some of these comments.
I already knew that.
Sorry.
I told when we got on the TikTok, I said, when we answer, and I told them on the TikTok, I said, when we answer these, don't get upset.
Okay, let's talk about just ghosting, period.
Okay.
Have you ghosted somebody? Have you ghosted somebody? No.
In my younger years, I mean.
You've never ghosted anyone?
I have. Actually, I'm ghosted.
See, and it's probably going to sound how it sounds. I let it fizzle.
I do that too.
God, what is wrong with you guys? Like that's
it's
so
like it's like
the most jacked up thing.
It's like an internet browser.
I get what you're saying. I let it fizzle, and I think that is so jacked up.
Like an internet browser.
It's like just end the shit. Why you gotta let it fizzle?
Oh, I guess it depends on
like
what.
It's the same thing as ghosting.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on.
It's like I don't really ghost, but I kind of ghost by just letting it fizzle.
Well, no, it's not ghost because ghost is just like, oh, this was really nice. I enjoyed what we was doing, and now you're just not talking to me. That's ghosting. Like
fizzle.
What fizzle is like, this ain't going where I thought it was gonna go. So and I don't want to just not speak to you anymore and be rude. So I'm just not gonna hit you up as frequently. I'm not gonna reply as quickly. Actually, for me, honestly, for me, I'm gonna still reply as quickly. It's just my initial hitting you up isn't gonna be the same.
That is so still like.
But I'm saying though, what about like I've been in situations where I reach out and we talking and she dry, and she's making it one word. Yeah, so then I'm like, all right, bet. But then I see you. Why you stop talking to me? Hey, big head, why you don't talk to me no more?
Who's calling you big head? Like, who's like, randomly, hey, big head.
You know how they do that? That's my friend. You know how
randomly is calling you big head.
There are some women out there that do stuff for attention. They won't rock with you, and then they see you in the street, and now y'all just the best of friends because they want to let all the girls know, yeah, he used to talk to me. I ain't give him none.
That's not what it's about, by the way.
No.
That's not what it's about. It's about a numbers game. It's not the basis in the fact that I want to let everyone know I talk to you. I want to let people know that I can talk to you if I choose to, and then I'm going to talk to that guy over there, and I'm going to let him know. I'm going to let them know I can talk to that one too. It's a numbers game.
So why when we do it, everybody getting their feelings?
Who's doing what? You pulling a numbers game? Because you can do it messy.
Do it in general.
When you guys do a numbers game?
Yeah.
Because you guys are messy with it. You guys are messy. Look at you. You can't even be serious with the face.
Let's go.
What? Did you see that?
Let's go. No, Isabel, please do tell.
Guys are messy. You guys make a numbers game because you want to make it a point that you got your numbers. You want to let people know I got a roster. I got people to choose from. No, you do. And if it's not me or your girl or the roster people on it, you want to let your homeboys know that you got a roster. You want people to know you have numbers.
I graduated from that.
I will say that is true. I'm throwing my gender under the bus. That is true for most men. I I've always been the complete opposite. I don't want anybody to know anything about what's
Same. Cause guys will be messy on guys. Like guys will. I've never been this way, and I'm pretty sure you ain't been this way. But there's guys that like if you tell a dude, maybe your homeboys, it's somebody here. Oh yeah, me and her, we do. Guys gonna go test the water just so they can come back and say you ain't the only one.
See, and that's
See,
what I'm
it ain't
saying.
even about that. I've always just been private. Like I just don't want. I just never wanted anybody in my business.
I think girls are sometimes in this part a little bit more toxic than guys. I 100%. I'm going to call my women under the bus, and I'm going to say this because at the end of the day, a lot of us like the game.
Yeah, because we talked about this on podcast.
I don't care. A lot of us like the game, and I say that even in a sense. I even say that in the sense as like I am happy. Okay, be happy, but at the end of the day, there's still a part that you're like, the game was fun. Like, yeah, it got messy, but no, it never got messy actually. But the game, people like the game. Like to have choices and to be able to like kind of control the board.
I'm guilty of that.
Like you want to control the board. It's the game. I'm controlling the board.
And I want to be clear on that. Well, I'm saying I agree. And I feel like you're saying what I'm thinking. When I control the board, for me, I don't want to ever want to manipulate anybody.
No, I don't.
But just having the options and having the freedom to explore those options, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, but that kind of goes away. So you guys fizzle. You don't ghost.
I wouldn't ghost anybody. I wouldn't. If we've been hanging out and spending time and going on dates, I would never just ignore your message or call for you.
My question is, then why not just end it? If you ain't interested anymore, why not just say, hey, you know what? This was cool. Well, it lasted. I'm not interested. Why have to do the fizzle? Why not just call it off? Like, why not just be mature about it and call it off?
I would now. I'm saying what I have done.
Oh. Yeah. What I have done. Now it's...
You would just end it.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, back then.
Okay.
Time out like an internet browser.
But see, the way, like, how my dating life has been, I'm saying so much on this podcast. How my dating life has been, I haven't really, like...
All right, we'll play it safe.
Let's leave that alone.
All right. I think that is everything. I do have one more, but I'm like, I feel like that's going to take it on a whole nother tangent. So
let's taste it.
It was just a simple one. It was talking about flirting in relationships.
I love this topic.
Why do guys still flirt, or what about flirting even though you're in a committed relationship? Flirting while in a relationship, period.
Why do guys or why do people? Why do guys flirt? That question was why do guys?
Yeah, the question was why do guys
flirt? Just because I'm guilty of it, but I'm not saying I still do it. Sometimes guys just want to know that we still got it, for lack of a better term.
That is such a...
Like, just knowing that, like, I got my, I know I did it a couple times even in my marriage.
I got options.
It's like, no. I got my wife and I love her. Like, none of you chickens can get me to do anything to pull me away from my wife. But also, while I'm outside, I do like just flirting a little bit, making you smile a little bit, just know like, oh yeah, I still fit.
That's true. That's it, yeah.
And even with that, you gotta be careful because you can't make a girl laugh, cool. Like, but you don't want her like showing all her teeth. Because now it just looks like you making her laugh and smile that big. Because now whoever is watching this is like, what is this nigga saying? Her got her laughing and smiling like that.
So is it okay to flirt while in a relationship?
I think there is a such thing as harmless flirting to do.
So you're okay. So if your partner was flirting next to you, you'd be good with it.
No, never next to me.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but then that means you're not okay then with it. So you're okay though if they're going out and about without you and flirting. Like I'm gonna go out. Let's say I go out without Redd, and I'm just gonna go flirt. Like what? Just imagine now. First off, we have all the same circles of people.
Going out to flirt is one thing.
No, you don't go out to flirt, but I'm out and I'm going. Like I just happen to flirt.
But I'm exactly. But so if I'm at the bar, right, and I'm in a relationship, I'm out without my partner, and I'm at the bar. People are like, why are you out without your partner?
Yeah.
Especially for me, I'm a photographer that works.
No, it should happen.
Right. So let's say like I'm at the bar. And most of the time when I go to the bar, I'm just grabbing water.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm reaching for the napkin. I'm waiting in line still. I'm reaching for a napkin. I'm like, oh, excuse me, sweetheart. Let me get this napkin. She say something.
You called her sweetheart?
That's harmless. I know girls that call every dude they talk to babe. Like, oh,
I like how people from New Orleans like, baby, look, baby, the Louisiana, baby, a sweetheart, my little baby.
Reaching across to grab a napkin and said, "Watch, excuse me, sweetheart." I first would look at him and be like, "When the f would you say sweetheart?" But I'd also be like, "Why are you calling her sweetheart?"
But what if when you met him, like he's a photographer that works outside. What if when you met him, you heard that's just what he said? That's like him saying shorty or
okay, that's different.
Or yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
I would,
I'm
saying like I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
Let me take the sweetheart off. I'm saying, excuse me, real quick. Let me grab his napkin.
Yeah.
And we strike up a conversation, and I'm just a charming guy. I'm here. I make you laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
She's got some jokes. She make me laugh, and we flirted, but it was harmless. We didn't exchange info. I didn't ask her name. We caught her quick. 30.
So you're saying it's fine?
If it's harmless, yeah. And if you know that's what your partner does, and you trust them with that, I'm not saying I'd be all the way cool with it, but I'm saying I do think flirting can be harmless. I do.
Flix is single, guys. Right, go ahead.
I stay out.
You flirt in a committed relationship.
I just stay out of it because I don't like. I feel like I'm not finna test water that I ain't about to jump in. So when I say that's me though, because I'm like I know me. Not saying I would do something, but I know how my accent, how I move. It magnifies. Especially on like the mic.
What do I do when people come up to you and flirt with you? What do I do?
You look at them.
And no, besides that.
Oh. What?
I just let it go. I laugh at it.
But then she also knows that
I just laugh like that's you.
Because with like on the MC side, I say stuff, but I've never like I know where I can take it, and I've never taken it there. It's just something that gets the movement going.
Right, here's a question: can I flirt then? Am I allowed to flirt in this relationship with who I want to flirt with? Like if I'm out. That wasn't the question. Okay, so you answered the question. Could I go out? If I'm out and I'm going to flirt, could I flirt? It was just, it's not, you're not there. It's harmless. I'm going to go flirt with who I want to flirt with.
Hey, you do you.
See, that you do you is you're going to go do the same.
Hey.
See, you're taking tick for tack.
That's okay.
No.
I know I'm a charismatic guy, but up until my divorce and people telling me that, I never considered myself a charming guy. But plenty of people tell me like, damn, I never like a girl that I was dating. Like we've been out on dates. We was at a farmer's market one time. And we like a couple like things we went to, got some food, got some ice cream, whatever we was doing. Tossed the part, and I talk to everybody. And like the third or fourth booth we was at, I'm asking them like, oh, how much is this? I'm talking to her, and the lady like handed me the thing. I made her laugh and this and that. This girl, I've been outside with her a bunch, and she was like, I never noticed how charming you are. So I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you. Like you're really, really charming. I never noticed it before. And being charming could easily be taken as flirting when you're just being charming. But even you're like, I don't go out my house like I'm gonna click on the charm. Now I know if I'm around like a girl that I'm like, oh, she looking good, she giving me some energy. You know how to turn it on. But I'm just saying, like, just naturally walking out the door, I'm just who I am, and I'm totally.
I think I'm the same. I think I'm pretty charming. I think for the most part, I get a lot of people talking to me, and like, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I wasn't trying to lead in that direction, but you obviously are trying to like take it in that direction. So I think I'm just friendly.
It's my accent that gets me in trouble.
Your accent does get you in trouble.
Because a lot of times I really don't be on that. Like, I remember, like, something.
I gotta tell you, I'm sorry to cut you off. My experience in San Diego, light-skinned dudes with accents come out here and they do all right.
Yeah, you know. But then I caught a lot of hell.
Intriguing.
But then I caught a lot of hell because light skin, country, and then it goes to what's your zodiac sign? I'm like, why are we asking about that? So Leo, I'm a walking red flag. I was a walking red flag to a lot of women.
Why are you telling me that? Like,
no, like, we good. We will. But I'm just saying, like, going back to the accent thing, something as simple as, hey, how you doing? I'm not like, damn, girl, how you doing? Say, hey, how you doing? But then people have looked at it like, I remember I was in the, where was that? I asked a woman how she was doing, but it wasn't in the sense of I'm trying to talk to you. I can't even remember what it was, but this lady literally looked at me and goes, I'm married. And I'm like, First off, that's very aggressive. And second off, I am not trying to get at you. When you asked how I was doing, I said I have everybody how. See, but I feel like too. At this point, I don't care. I'm like I talk how I talk, but I try to put up some type of barrier to let you know, like this is just how I talk. But my accent has definitely gotten me not in some situations, but it's been like, oh, he wants me, and it's like I don't.
Yeah, I'm not tapering anything down. Like again, like when I'm not saying like there's like you're around a woman or some women who like you like I kind of want to get they phone number or something. You know how to turn the charm on, but just nah, I'm gonna be me.
Yeah, there's some people they just want you to talk to them so they can shoot you down, which is weird to me.
Hurt you.
No, it's true.
Like,
I've talked to women.
No woman is like,
I'm not.
You know what? Can you come over here and talk to me?
You think I'm okay?
Like,
Okay.
that's horrible.
I've been around. I know what I'm talking about. I done been around something. Not to me, but like I've talked to. Maybe they just would talk to women, but I've talked to some women, and they literally want the attention. They want you to come in just so they can shoot you down. That actually did happen to me. Not here in San Diego, but like in another place. I forgot where I was, but like literally, I'm getting the googly eyes all night. Like, what's up? So then I go over there and I'm like, hey, what's up? See you looking at I said, what was this? She said, I was just looking at you. I said, so you might be a little different. Cause I want to get your podcast canceled, so we just gonna call it different. Said she might be a little different. Cause I was like, you've been looking at me all night. Now I come over here. Now you like, I ain't interested in you.
You're showing the person next to you.
There wasn't nobody over there.
All right. This is fun. I think we can go more, but this was cool, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You guys can make sure you guys go follow their podcast. Where they find you, Flix?
Michael Flix on Instagram, Flix Media Network on YouTube. Ain't Gotta Get Pod on Instagram as well.
And then mine is Redd REDD _the exec.
And I'll link everything below. I'll make sure to link their podcast. Go check them out. They're full of interesting topics that are fun. And all right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we will talk to you later. So thanks for sending in your questions, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.